Chapter 2, Part 3, the Sufis. Sufis are Muslims on a quest for complete unity with God. They believe that this quest began with Muhammad. He didn't merely receive God's revelation in a cave outside of Mecca. He was transported mystically to the site of Israel's ancient temple in Jerusalem, and from there, the ancient center of monotheism and divine law, he was taken by a winged horse up into the heavens. Passing each level in turn, he ascended to the presence of God and knew what only a few prophets had known: unity with the divine. From that time onward, some of his followers felt driven to pursue this same primal experience of unity with God. They were called Sufis for the simple, pure woolen garments that they wore. According to their own traditions, they began their quest with the basic ritual worship of Islam. But led by their greatest teachers, they gradually learned new methods of questing toward unity. Over centuries, they would borrow from many mystic religions and traditions, seeing all of them as united in the same desire for oneness with God. Some of these methods are purely meditative. As Islamic empires moved steadily eastward and westward, they would draw on the established mystic traditions of the Brahmanic traditions of India, Buddhism, and even Christian mysticism. Other methods were developed as the Sufis drew on the deep traditions of Arabic and then Persian music and poetry to engage the heart of the worship with God. Caught up in vibrant, emotionally engaging images and sounds, worshipers sought to transcend mere knowledge of God's oneness and to surrender their fractured selves to God. In its most developed form, Sufi meditation would combine poetry, music, and dance to extend the basic worship ritual of Islam toward fana, or the extinction of the self into God. Sufis would seek to break down the psychological barriers and the illusion of distinction that kept the human being from recognizing and being absorbed into God. Did they go too far? That was a question asked over and again in the history of Muslim ideals. What is the point at which the demand for submission to God becomes lost in the claim with oneness with God? The great Sufi al-Hallaj crossed that line, at least in the mind of the Muslims of his day, when he appeared to claim to be God, and he was executed for blasphemy. But real answers to the problem of Muslim unity rests for most Muslims in the understanding better of the first prophet of Islam, Muhammad. In Islamic tradition, the character of Muhammad is the Muslim character. That's the unity. And so we will now, in the next video, look at the prophet himself. Thank you.